Bobby Munson used to be the club secretary. He used to look after the books, but now, unfortunately, we're putting his name into the book of deaths as we say rest in peace to SOA member Big Bobby Munson. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment. Here to review Sons of Anarchy. Nobody called him Big Bobby, but he was pretty big. He was out of shape. Maybe was he getting into the shape of his life in season 7 and then he had his life taken away from him? I don't know, but he did lose a few pounds at the hands of August Marks' men. So I mean, yeah, a couple of fingers there and an eyeball here. He lost a bit of weight.
He lost a bit of weight, but let me tell
But
you
now,
something.
all the weight of the world, the weight of Sam Crow, it's all off Bobby's shoulders because unfortunately, yeah, he died betrayed in the end, I guess. Not by the club, more so. Well, I guess not betrayed. I mean, it was Jax that got betrayed, wasn't it? Jax that got fooled by August Marks. He got shot, and it's sad to see.
He is the last on-screen death of a Sam Crow member in SOA.
I guess Jax's death doesn't count as on-screen since it fades to black.
Hey, it might not be his blood that's going towards the bread.
Yeah, it could be the truck driver, I guess.
But if Bobby was alive, he'd be eating the bread. But you know what? There could be an Elvis reference here. I don't really know too many Elvis songs. Ain't nothing but a hound dog. I mean, that's not really Bobby Munson's cup of tea.
Ain't nothing but a dead dog. Anyway, it's sad to see Bobby go. Penny once said that he don't want to leave the club into the hands of fools like Bobby.
Well, he lost half his hand
yeah,
and he's dead, so...
I guess it can only go into the hand of Bobby. But you know what? For me, I think Bobby was always a sensible... He was a sensible head on a decent pair of shoulders. I never understood that. You know, that reference from Penny in the early seasons about trusting the legacy with Bobby. I think that if Jax had died and Bobby was a VP, I think Bobby would have been a good president to leave the club with. I think Bobby could have took the, not to say that Chibs can't.
Before Jax went inside at the end of season 6, he gave Bobby the gavel.
Exactly.
So he obviously fucking trusted him.
And the club was still there when he came out, so something went right. Anyway, let's talk about this episode. It didn't quite go right for the Suns.
No, it did not. But speaking of Suns, Jax is in bed with Abel. Jax did not sleep much. He's got a busy day ahead of him. Gemma's chain smoking. She takes... Well, Nero offers to take the empty bird cage out the room. She's like, no, it is where it belongs. We cut the juice. He's riding into county. Bobby's sitting there bleeding away. We don't really see too much of Bobby this episode, but... I mean... Could there be a fid in this? But what sort of life would Bobby really have lived if he survived? I'm not saying he wouldn't have wanted to survive, but he couldn't ride anymore. And we know if you can't ride within a certain amount of days, as Clay's seen in season 5, you're going to get your patch stripped clean off you.
I wonder, though, would Jax make exceptions? Can exceptions be made? I mean, he brings a black guy in, doesn't he, at one point? So
yeah.
And Tig's allowed to bang trannies, so I mean, surely they could make an exception for Bobby who's missing a few fingers. Like,
aye, he could ride on the back of somebody. Couldn't he?
Automatic.
He could just drive the fan.
Can you ride an automatic?
I don't. Honestly, I'm not that up to date with bikes, right?
It was his clutch hand. Well, learn to ride with the other hand. I don't fucking know. I mean,
yeah, no, but the clutch is always on the same side of a bike, so that's the problem.
Surely not.
Well, actually,
surely.
What about America? What have you got a right-sided bike? Does that exist?
That's what I'm saying. Surely you can get custom bikes designed where the clutch is on the other. To suggest that the clutch has got to be on one side and never the other, that's a bit ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
We're not motorcycle enthusiasts.
Yeah, so. Bobby. No.
Abel.
We ain't Claymore. Anyway, Bobby won't be revving anything.
He'll be revving hee-haw. Abel gets pulled for school. He asks why. Did somebody die? I mean, he's fucking smarter than us.
This wee kid's very morbid, don't he? Like, I mean, it's just, you got to feel for Abel. Yeah. He's psychopath in the making, I think.
Yeah. Yo, see if Kurt Sutter pulls his fucking head out his arse.
We can get something good.
Aye.
We can.
Dexter, body Abel Morgan or something.
Why not?
He fucking looks like it.
Why not? You think about it. If Harrison and Dexter turns into, you know, the life of his father, then... Why can't Abel and Sons turn into the crime world? Why can't he turn into the club world?
He got that ring left him. That's later on down the line. We then cut to the cabin. Tyler's told by Jax to do this. We're going to give him the pastor's body. But obviously the Sons come up with a plan here to sew the pastor's head onto a body that's no him so they can keep the body for leverage, which I thought was pretty smart. But a lot of time and effort went into that. Montez is told to babysit Granty boy. And then Grant cracks Montez in the head with a tire iron. They chase him down. Montez.
It was weird though. It was like one of those Suns chases, but it didn't have any music.
Aye.
Normally these always have like songs playing.
Next one's, I guess, because it wasn't really cool action scene. It was more just like
I guess
a hindrance.
he rams Happy off the side of the road. Peg then shoots at the back window and goes, "Next one's in your head." I think he left it an N-word that he wanted to use there, but
He definitely did.
he didn't use it. And then they pull him over. Jax is going to rough him up. He's like, "What the hell you doing? You gotta trust me." Don't trust him. No. And then
That's what we're gonna do.
Happy comes up and just smacks him in the side of the head. And I mean, I guess Happy wanted some revenge. And he tells, "Hey, you go back to the cabin and do what I tell you. We gotta take Marks down." So just this whole story doesn't really do it for me. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Thankfully, it's realistically put on the back burner after this episode, and well, that's it till the eternity. Don't want to see Grant and his mama ever again. But speaking of the mama, Gemma's confronted by Unser. Unser's like, right, you know what? Juice gave up the name of Chris Dunn. You need to go down to the station and sell that to Jarry. We hear Rat Boy overhear this conversation, and the question is, imagine if Gemma and Unser were speaking about Juice in another context, about we were helping him for the first half of this season. Rat Boy could have fucking dobbed Gemma in.
Rat Boy could have ratted.
He could, but he spoke to Gemma here like Gemma's a fucking jobber. It's like, I don't Rat Boy. She's killed more people than you.
And
Way more people than fucking you.
Rat Boy even killed
The
it.
whole reason this shit storm's in motion is because of her. She's like, you don't need to know anymore. Just that the club need it. It's like, what?
Maureen Foster, or Maureen Ashby would say, "She's a meat grinder.
Like, I get
Grinds
it.
more men up than anyone."
Like, I know Rat Boy, right, is like new to the club, but no member would speak to Gemma like this. And maybe you could argue that's the point.
Yeah, you think it was a lack of respect, or
I don't know if it's lack of respect. It's more just he's a fucking idiot. It's like, obviously, like, he says it in a way like, you don't need to know because we don't want to tell you too much in case you would do some of that information. It's
fucking
like,
Gemma Taylor? She knows everything. Fuck's sake.
I know.
Guarantee she knows more than Rat.
Yeah,
Well, she does, like. But...
Rat knows dick. He doesn't know.
No, but like, who knows more about club business, Gemma or fucking like Montez or West when he was alive, who was just bloody posted as a
Yo.
You know, see West. He was a security guard with a cut. No, wait, West was a security guard with a fist. That's it. That was fucking it. See what was his name, by the way? West what?
West Wing.
No, what was his actual full name?
I don't know. Fred West.
Anyway, point
Frederick
is,
West.
West was just a security guard with a fist. That was it. That's all he did.
I think there's a case, right, that every character that's left alive right now, Gemma might know the most about the Suns. You factor in all that shady shit in the past with Clay and JT. She fucking knew more than, like, Tig.
True. I mean, I'd say overall, I think Jax, Tig, and Chibs probably know a bit more. Maybe Happy. But, like...
She knows more than, like, Quinn and Montez.
Let's see if I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the millionaire question was like it was a question revolving the Suns, and you had to phone someone to get you the answer. I'd phone Gemma before I phoned Montez.
Well, I wouldn't phone fucking West, because he's dead.
Phone Quinn. What's Quinn going to tell you? The guy's never... Quinn's up at the cabin. Damn what? Making fucking pancakes?
Making pancakes.
Gemma's always at Taylor Morrow, or she's always in the thicket. You know what I mean? She's always there.
Yeah, but she basically tells Rat Boy, don't be a dick. Don't listen to the myth that you have to be an arsehole and treat women like that. But it's like...
Do you ever hear Quinn eavesdropping?
No. I mean, he could probably eavesdrop a lot. He's a tall bastard. But right up next...
Gemma's made a career out of that.
Just shoves something up his arse.
And the prison officer watched for way too long. It's like,
he's
why
like,
don't you look away?
my black buddy's coming back, and you ain't got no fucking pockets. And it just spits on it and shoves it right up his fucking arse. There's actually... That's what happened.
Why can't they get two guys that are in on it? Why can't they get two officers that are corrupt, and therefore he doesn't have to shove up his ass?
Yeah, I mean...
No?
Could he...
I guess you get paired up in different teams and shit, different units.
Could you... I know... But obviously the guard doesn't give a shit about that. It's like Juice is just Juice is just in here to kill Lynn. He's not in here with protection.
Yeah, but that guy, because back point is going to be like, here, what you doing? What is that? I'm going to take it off you. How'd you get this shiv?
It's just don't even want to think about it. Anyway, we'll move on. Gemma ID's Chris Dunn. They get into a bit of an argument, her and Jerry. She's like, "You're on Chibs' dick, brother," and then pushes Jerry across the table after she got smacked by Jerry, and then she doesn't do anything, Jerry, about it. So Jerry just getting battered by Gemma, and nothing even happens.
It's a fictional world, the SOA, where you can walk into like a police department and start battering the deputy or whatever.
The chief, yeah, and just fucking walk out with no problem. Then she rocks up to Unser's cabin and reveals, this is a pretty big reveal, that Chris Dunn wasn't there. He was in a Vegas drunk tank.
Has Chris Dunn been done?
Yeah, Unser points out that Gemma will just say that all chinks look the same, so fair enough for Unser there. Great bit of police work. He offered her a beer and he opened the fridge and all he had was beer.
It was a good job she wanted beer then, eh?
It's a fucking brilliant job. But yeah, they also pointed out that Egley spoke up and just said it was a couple of unnamed Nazis. So
Unser suggests that she doesn't push this anymore. Unser not making it look so fucking suspicious at all.
Don't push it. Yeah.
Don't push Egley anymore because she actually might have information.
Don't do it, brother. Right, we have the meet, the first part of the meet. So they rock up. They agree to the terms. August Marks essentially wants the son to be there just to show how serious that he is. So they go away. They start digging up the body. Ghost is like, "Oh, this is my Catholic superstitions times 100 here." And Jax is like, "Don't worry about it, Chibi, because this guy's ghost is hunting a bus full of schoolboys." So, yeah, because the guy was obviously like that shit, because he's a fucking weirdo. We then have the sewing match. The guy's head's getting sewed onto the body. And then Indian Hills rock up. And they're all like...
Happy wants to do it. Obviously, he wants to do the sawing part. And Teg's like, "That's why I like being teamed with you. Because you make me feel like the normal one."
Yeah, then, but don't worry. See, in a couple of years' time when the Mayans kill you, you are the normal one. Because you weren't special. We don't give a damn. But Indian Hills rock up. Chibs is like, "What are Indian Hills doing here, brother?"
What do you think they're fucking doing? You just killed their president.
Yeah.
Know? You just killed my praise. Jax is like, "You should have gave us warning. You should have gave us notice."
Really, though?
Really, Jax?
I don't think this. I believe, right, so Gaines is the president.
I'm surprised Jax just didn't walk out and says to Chibs, "Fill them in."
Fill them in, brother. So Gaines is the president and the VP's Mickey. Jax basically reveals what happened, but
Mickey got a few lines, by the way. Mickey was
he did.
Very vocal. I think Mickey actually said more than Gaines.
I think he did. Jax basically says that he says the truth, apart from jury admit it to it. Gaines then points out, well, you know what, like...
I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. That's lies. You know, what I saw was you punched jury draw, and you shot him. I mean, that is what happened. Honestly, without the truth coming out in a few episodes, I don't think Jax is worthy of Mr. Mayhem here. Jury did go for his gun on the floor.
Self-defense, so Gaines.
And if he's a rat, he did say that, but Jax can argue self-defense.
True.
Put it this way, if Packer and the rest of the presidents find out that Jury was a rat with no proof, but Jax punched him and Jury went for his gun, so Jax shot him, I don't think that's going to warrant a Mayhem vote. I don't. No matter how much Gaines and Mickey push for it, we need a forum on this. We'll let you know what comes out of the meeting. But this is how it's handled in SOA. See if this was the Mayans, man. Gaines and Mickey would have rocked up in the wee taco fan.
Do you think that's what they're looking for right here, right now?
Mr. Mayhem?
Aye. Do you think that's what...
No, I actually think they're just looking for the truth.
Because see, at this point, Jackson and Chibs don't seem too worried.
No.
And I think if they had a hint of Indian Hills were pushing here to get a Mayhem vote on Jax, they'd be a bit more concerned here.
Yeah, they would be. They talk about it. Jax points out this is the last thing this charter needs. That's this investigation. Chib's like, we get a phone to the rat bastard, and he can film Lynn saying it was Jury. Will that go according to plan? We will have to wait and see. We then cut to Bobby. He gets his jaw absolutely broken here by Cartwright. I like you, Bobby. You're a good soldier. You stay hard, loyal to the very end. That's a very rare quality. It is. It would have been pretty pish if Bobby just, stubbed out his wee cigarette a few episodes ago on the construction site and fucked off. Wouldn't it?
He'd still be alive though, wouldn't he?
Oh, I know, but this life, man. You don't sell it. You don't give up. You don't job it. I mean, would Juice have done it?
So that's alright for the people to say though that are sitting at the table and not inside prison and all that shit.
No,
See
of
when,
course.
see when you're being held captured or you're doing life inside, then it's a wee bit.
Well, put it this way: who around the table would have gave up? Rat Boy.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I think he would. Quinn. Don't know really enough.
Montez.
He's a big. Montez. He got battered by Garan. Come on.
I didn't offer Montez a burrito and he'd fucking take it. Be like, ah, sure.
I think Happy, Tig, Chibs, and Jax wouldn't. You know, I've seen enough backstory and proof that those guys would stay.
Anyway,
loyal.
we get the meat. Bobby's all beaten up. Check him for guns. Everyone gets checked for guns. Everyone leaves except Jax, Marks, and the people that are being traded. Mark says he's disappointed in Jax. Chinese should have came to me. I'd have dealt with that.
You'd have watched me like a hawk if I told you, brother.
Yeah, Jax didn't think that would be a good idea. Mark says he doesn't like betrayal, though. And Bobby's like,
God done.
Jax then takes the mouthpiece off Bobby. I mean, a combination of being gagged and having a broken jaw probably made it pretty difficult here for Bobby to utter the words, he's got a gun. It wasn't Marks that had the gun, it was Bobby that had the gun, and then Bobby just pulls the gun off. No, Marks pulls the gun away from Bobby and then goes to aim at Jax. He says to Grant, this is what happens if you tell anyone.
Your family fuck up.
And it looks like he's going to shoot Jax, but he just turns, shoots Bobby, and Jax is like, no! And Bobby just dies, and then Marks basically says to Jax, look, I'm the fucking man in here, no you.
Yeah.
You play by my rules, bitch.
This is what happens. And it was very good. I liked this scene, and you know what, right? See, as much as I want Bobby to live and Sam Crow to keep as many great members alive as possible, they need this.
Sam Crow need that a loss. Outside of West, I mean, they've went untouched for way too fucking long.
Yep. Now, obviously,
I mean, like,
I think the fact that Bobby got tortured as well in the process of this makes it worse.
They've been dropping bodies like left, right, and centre. It was about time they lost somebody.
Yeah, I mean, people can say, well, why didn't Jax just put a gun in the sleeping bag with the body of the pastor? I mean, he could have done that, but at the same time, it's like...
Maybe Jax isn't as smart as August Marks.
Exactly, and we don't want him to come out on top every single time. Well, as much as you do, for the sake of the story, they can't do that.
A bit anticlimactic, and Marks just died in this episode as well. Like,
yeah, of course. Like, I mean, so what? Jax shoots Marks and then just kills Moses in the next episode, and that's Black put to bed, tucked in, good night. Don't think so. It can't go that way.
Black literally behind the white.
Yep, Black is literally behind the white. But Sam Crow arrive. We've got Happy and Tig greeting. Chibs is greeting. Oh, give us
one of the rare times you see Happy cry.
Absolutely, yeah.
Only be the second time you see him cry, actually.
Crying.
Right.
Wait, what's the other times he cried?
Cries when he's hugging Jax. When Jax is leaving after the Mr. Mayhem folk.
He does. I think that's probably it. Twice for Happy greeting. Wonder if he got a wee crying emoji tattooed on them potentially. We see. I mean, the episode at this point pretty much slowed down. They give Jari the win. She's like, "Take me here, Chibby boy." So Chibs does that, and this just sums up Quinn, doesn't it? Like, do you think Happy, Tig, or Jax are going to watch Chibs and Jari have sex in the middle of a parking lot?
No, but Quinn's just watching.
Yeah, and he just watches. But anyway, I mean, what the guy watched Juice shove a fucking hang up his arse, and Quinn's watching this. Well, at least one's less gay. We'll put it that way. They get to the cabin. Jax is like depressed. He's like, Bobby's dead. Gemma obviously takes this bad because she had a lot to play with it. Nero can't believe it. Rat and Brooke, they can't believe it. None of these guys can believe it. He killed him for retaliation for us going after the Chinese. Rat and the gang, they dig a...
Yeah, and at that point, Gemma knows it's all her fault then, isn't it? She got Bobby killed.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop here. You know what I mean? Everything this season is because of, like, Jury, Jax, Bobby, West, Diosa. You fucking name it. It's all because Juice and... I mean, we can say Juice. It's Gemma at the end of the day that's put this shitstorm in motion. But Gemma goes to Bobby at the back door. Abel grabs a cookie and he overhears what Gemma's saying here about that she caused all this, and I'm sorry, Bobby, I'm sorry about this. So Abel, you know, the wee sociopath that he is getting turned up to 1,000,000 here because he's hearing all this stuff for Gemma, and it's going to come to a head at some point. We then cut to the end of the episode. Jax and Chibs, they're sitting outside this, like, I think it was a nightclub Marks gets arrested, and then we see basically Moses Cartwright standing by himself with the Suns driving past him. At this point, he's pretty much fucked, isn't he? There is no two. What odds would you want Moses Cartwright surviving this season after this episode ending?
I mean, a lot, but he's still. I mean, it's only Marks that's been arrested at the end of the day. I mean, Cartwheel, Carter.
Aye, but what you've got to remember is
he's still
the Suns have just lost Bobby.
Yeah,
they're not going to lose another guy for the kill Cartwright.
I know, but Cartwright's still like the head of the operations. Like, it's not like he's isolated or he's on his own now. He's fucking still
He's standing on his own.
Aye, I know.
Yeah, see the size of those guys that were fucking carrying Bobby, man.
You only need a couple of them. You're all right.
This guy should be feeling pretty confident. We're fucking bigger than Bobby's gut, and that's saying something. Anyway, rating time. What a piece of work man is. What piece of work was this episode?
You know what? I don't think it was that great, to be honest. I mean, the Bobby death is cool and all that stuff. I get it. Big moment. I just don't overall think it was I'll give it a 7. It was all right.
Yeah, I'll agree with 7. I thought the Bobby death was really good.
A bit boring in parts, I'm not gonna lie.
I liked the Indian Hills sit down. But yeah, like the pastor's family, man, I just don't care for it. And I don't think there's been enough at August Marks this season.
Probably not. I'm just not a fan of Jerry either. Did like Indian Hills rolling up, rocking in, and then I did like the Bobby death. But other than that, yeah, 7 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, 7 out of 10 for me as well. And that's it, guys. We've only got 4 more episodes to go. Tragic state of affairs, but tomorrow's Teller Tuesday, and that's episode 10 time. Till then, peace.